Peace, it's Mo from Clever Chrono, and here's what I learned this week in the world of watches. Audemars Piguet recently released a new Royal Oak, the self-winding flying tourbillon. This new Royal Oak comes with the 2972 caliber and is made with the new proprietary 18 karat gold alloy called sand gold. As AP's flagship model with dozens of variations, it's hard for them to make a new hit with the Royal Oak in my opinion, but I think this one does the trick. This new Royal Oak comes in pink gold with some of its dial in a rhodium hue with white gold indices. It's 41 millimeters in diameter, 10.6 millimeters thick, and comes with 50 meters of water resistance. The price of the new sand gold AP hasn't been released yet, but I'm sure it's not going to fit the budgets of mere mortals such as myself. Last week, a man in West Hollywood was taking his dog for a walk when an attempted robbery of his Rolex took place.
Watch as this black Cadillac pulls over on Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood. Seconds later, 3 masked men jump out. Another angle shows them rush up on Rocco DiStefano, a gun drawn.
I turn around and I'm looking at the barrel of the pistol, yelling, "Take it off, take it off, take it off." And at this point, I try to run and I realize I'm running into a corner and I'm hitting the elevator and I'm like, I have nowhere to go. So I take off my Rolex and I clasp it in my hand, and I just tell them, like, "You're gonna have to take it from me." And I have the leash of my dog in one hand and my right hand clenched, and my watch in the other hand, and the one on the left pushes me down, the other one on the right pushes me down, the other one has a gun to my forehead.
I think this guy was really lucky. If this crew was brazen enough to try to rob him for his timepiece in broad daylight on a busy street, in my mind, they would have been brazen enough to try to shoot me over the piece as well, so I would have given up the goods.
Rocco happens to be an amateur boxer, a football player, and a gym owner. The fight's ending wasn't caught on camera, but his instincts kicked in.
I pushed myself through his legs, and I was able to tackle the guy in the gray hoodie that's hitting me from behind into the person with the gun. And when I hit him into the gun, both of them fell down.
The would-be robbers took off empty-handed as Rocco ran into a neighboring spa for safety.
They clearly messed with the wrong guy.
I was prepared in a physical sense and mental sense from my upbringing, for sure.
You're a good boy. You defended Daddy.
His beloved multi-poo Hercules is thankfully okay, and his watch will stay in a safe going forward.
I thought I was able to wear my Rolex. It's a symbolism of how hard I've worked to get to this point, to own a gym, to be where I am.
Now, even though no one wants to be a victim, and this guy is in the gym and he's physically fit, he's not bulletproof. I think it's crazy that he would have guns drawn on him and still wouldn't give up the goods.
Now, West Hollywood sheriffs say nobody has been caught, but this is an active investigation. They also say they're now working with LAPD's Wilshire division. Apparently, there was a very similar robbery that happened in that area just 15 minutes before this one happened yesterday afternoon. If you have any information, West Hollywood sheriffs want to hear from you.
If any of you who are watching this ever find yourself in the same unlucky position as this guy, I highly encourage you to give up your timepiece, file your insurance claim, and live to fight another day. It had been a while since my last visit to my local AD, so I paid them a visit a couple days ago. While I was there, I had the opportunity to try on the white gold olive dial day date for the first time, as well as a fully gold Daytona. Both of these pieces are stunning in the metal and come with some boss level weight and heft. Recently in Northwest Washington, D.C., a Rolex authorized dealer boutique had its front window smashed out with several models stolen from the showcase.
A storefront window smashed with a sledgehammer by thieves who got away with pricey watches stolen from a jewelry store in the district. Fox 5's Shamari Stone in Northwest tonight with more on this story.
Well, good evening. Come out here to the Tiny Jewel Box store on the 1100 block of Connecticut Avenue, and you'll see this sign that reads, "Tiny Jewel Box is temporarily closed." You look right over here, you can see the front window is now boarded up after what police describe as a smash and grab theft happened here around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Now, Tiny Jewel Box specializes in selling vintage jewelry, a wide selection of watches, including the Rolex, which is what exactly was in this part of the jewelry store. Now, they say that the thieves came here, smashed the window, grabbed watches, and took off. Now, here's what's interesting. You look right over here, there's a surveillance video camera right here, and we have not received the video from the smash and grab theft, which happened right in this area right here. DC police are investigating this, and they urge anyone with information about what happened here at the Tiny Jewel Box to give them a call.
It never ceases to amaze me how people are willing to risk it all, pulling off these sorts of thefts and robberies in highly secured areas like this one in Northwest DC, with all sorts of camera and alarm systems. But it also never ceases to amaze me how people can pull off these sorts of heists and get away completely undetected. Omega's finally released its new white dial Speedy, and it's all the rage. Ever since the watch community got a glimpse at Daniel Craig's wrists from the premiere of the Planet Omega exhibition in New York City, the entire watch community has been waiting with bated breath for the release of this new white dial Speedy. I actually had the opportunity to attend the Planet Omega exhibition in New York, and it was awesome. I did a video tour of it, and if you haven't seen it, you can check it out on my channel. This new Speedy comes with all of the DNA and the design elements of the Moon watch, except for now it has a glossy white lacquer dial. While I think it's a great looking piece, I'd still choose my sapphire sandwich over this new release. Maybe if I wanted to blow some cash, I'd add it to my collection, but before I did that, I'd probably spend my money on the Moonshine Gold with green dial and green bezel. I love that variation of the Moon watch. It's one of my grails. So what do you think about AP's new Sand Gold Royal Oak and Omega's new white lacquer dial Speedy? Let me know in the comments. Till next time.